Have you ever considered how many batteries you use in a day and what happens to them when they're no longer useful? In our modern world, one cannot deny the growing popularity of electric cars. They're sleek, they're silent, and they're a statement that you're doing your part to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Electric cars are often hailed as a key player in the fight against climate change, and rightly so. They emit significantly fewer greenhouse gases than their gasoline counterparts, even when you take into account the emissions from the production of electricity. However, as with anything that seems too good to be true, there's a flip side to this shiny electric coin. The heart of an electric vehicle is its battery, a large, complex, and costly component. These batteries, usually lithium-ion, have a lifespan. While some may last for over a decade, eventually they will need to be replaced. This poses a significant challenge. What do we do with these large spent batteries? Disposing of these batteries is not as simple as tossing them in the trash. They contain valuable materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which would be a waste to just bury in a landfill. More importantly, they can be environmental hazards if not properly disposed of. If left untreated, these batteries can leak toxic chemicals into the soil, contaminating it and the surrounding groundwater. But it's not all doom and gloom. Many companies and researchers are working tirelessly to improve the recycling processes for these batteries. They are developing methods to recover and reuse the valuable metals within these batteries, reducing the need for new mining of these materials. This not only saves resources, but also cuts down on the environmental impact of mining operations. Some innovative solutions are even looking at second life applications for these batteries. For example, used electric car batteries can still hold a significant amount of charge, even if they're not fit for powering a vehicle. These batteries can be repurposed for less demanding applications, like energy storage for renewable energy systems. These efforts are crucial because the number of spent electric car batteries is only going to increase as more and more people switch to electric vehicles. The International Energy Agency predicts that by 2030, there will be over 140 million electric vehicles on the road. That's a lot of batteries that will eventually need to be dealt with. So, while we celebrate the rise of electric cars and their role in reducing our carbon footprint, we must also turn our attention to the end-of-life stage of these vehicles. We need to ensure that the disposal and recycling of these batteries are done in a way that minimizes their environmental impact. As we speed into a cleaner electric future, we must also consider the environmental cost of the batteries that power our rides. In the palm of your hand is a device powered by a battery that has a lifespan shorter than you might think. That's right, we're talking about the omnipresent cell phone. These devices have become almost an extension of our own bodies, yet their power sources, the batteries, have a relatively fleeting existence. Cell phone batteries typically last between 2 to 3 years, depending on their usage. That's a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things. And what happens when these batteries reach the end of their life? Often they're simply tossed into the trash bin without a second thought. But this seemingly innocuous act has far-reaching environmental impacts. You see, cell phone batteries contain hazardous materials such as lithium, cobalt, and other heavy metals. When improperly disposed of, these substances can leak into the soil, contaminating groundwater and harming wildlife. This pollution can ripple out, affecting entire ecosystems. In addition to the environmental damage, these materials are non-renewable resources. Every battery tossed into the landfill represents a loss of valuable materials that could have been reused or recycled. However, the situation is not all doom and gloom. We, as consumers, have the power to make a difference. Proper disposal and recycling of cell phone batteries can significantly mitigate their environmental impact. So how can we properly dispose of these batteries? Many electronics retailers and waste management facilities offer recycling programs for batteries. These programs safely extract the valuable materials from the batteries for reuse, preventing them from ending up in landfills. In addition to recycling, we can also extend the lifespan of our cell phone batteries. Simple practices such as not letting the battery drain completely, avoiding exposure to extreme temperatures, and not overcharging can significantly prolong battery life. And it doesn't stop there. Innovation and technological advancements promise a future where cell phone batteries are more sustainable. Researchers are continually looking for ways to create batteries with less toxic, more abundant, and potentially biodegradable materials. So the next time you're about to toss that old cell phone battery, pause. Remember the impact it could have on our environment. Consider instead recycling it, or, better yet, extending its life through proper care. As we continue to rely on these devices for our daily activities, we must also remember to take responsibility for their afterlife. After all, every small action can contribute to a larger change. The convenience of our mobile devices comes with an environmental obligation to dispose of our batteries responsibly, because in the end, it's not just about keeping our phones powered up, it's about powering a sustainable future for all. Behind every click and every command, there's a battery keeping your digital world alive. This unseen powerhouse is instrumental in running our computers, from the lightweight laptops we carry around to the massive servers that power our digital infrastructure. Batteries in computers serve as a source of power and also as a backup for memory functions. Even when your computer is switched off, a tiny battery is hard at work, keeping the internal clock ticking and storing your system settings. Without this little energy guardian, you'd have to reset the time and date every time you power up your computer. In laptops, batteries take on a much larger role. They are the heart that keeps the machine running when unplugged. The lithium-ion batteries found in most laptops have revolutionized the way we work, study, and entertain ourselves. With the ability to hold a charge for several hours, they've untethered us from wall sockets and given us the freedom to compute on the go. However, these batteries come with their own set of challenges. As they age, their ability to hold a charge diminishes, which means they need to be replaced. And this is where the environmental concern comes in. If not properly disposed of, these batteries can leak harmful chemicals into the soil and water, causing environmental damage. Recycling these batteries isn't a straightforward task either. The process is complex and energy-intensive, involving the separation of metals, the neutralization of acids, and the safe disposal of any leftover waste. It's a tricky business, but it's crucial to preventing harmful materials from ending up in our landfills. But there's a silver lining. New technologies and innovative approaches are being developed to tackle these challenges. For instance, researchers are exploring ways to create more sustainable and long-lasting batteries. Some are looking at using alternative materials that are less harmful to the environment, while others are working on designs that can be more easily recycled. One promising avenue is the development of solid-state batteries. These batteries replace the liquid electrolyte found in traditional batteries with a solid material, which could potentially offer higher energy density, longer lifespan, and improved safety. If successful, this technology could revolutionize the computer industry and significantly reduce the environmental impact of our digital lives. In the world of servers, efforts are being made to reduce energy consumption and improve efficiency. Advanced battery technologies are being used to provide backup power, reducing the need for traditional less efficient systems. This not only cuts down on energy use but also reduces the amount of waste generated. As we continue to digitize our lives, we must remember the physical toll our virtual actions can have on the environment. Each click, each command is powered by a battery, a piece of technology that, while invisible to us, has a very tangible impact on our planet. It's up to us to ensure that this impact is as minimal as possible, through responsible use and disposal, and by supporting advancements in more sustainable technologies. From the remote control to the cordless vacuum, batteries are powering our homes in more ways than we realize. They're the silent partners behind the convenience and efficiency that we enjoy in our daily routines. The alarm clock that wakes us up, the electric toothbrush that starts our day, the wireless mouse we use at our home offices, the smoke detector that safeguards us. All these devices and many more run on batteries. But stop for a moment and consider this. Our homes are veritable treasure troves of batteries, each one a small powerhouse that ultimately becomes a piece of e-waste. The environmental impact of these little energy soldiers is far from insignificant. Imagine the collective power and potential waste of all the batteries in all the households across the world. It's a staggering thought. Each year, billions of batteries are used and discarded, contributing to the increasing burden on our landfills. The types of batteries used in our homes vary widely, from alkaline batteries in our TV remotes and wall clocks, lithium-ion batteries in rechargeable devices like cordless phones and cameras, to lead-acid batteries in emergency systems and solar power storage. The spectrum is broad. However, what's common across all these batteries is the potential for harm if not disposed of correctly. Many batteries contain heavy metals like mercury, lead, cadmium, and nickel, which can leach into the ground when the battery casing corrodes in a landfill. This can contaminate the soil and groundwater, posing a threat to wildlife and potentially impacting human health. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a silver lining, and it comes in the form of recycling. Yes, batteries can be recycled. In fact, nearly all parts of a battery can be recycled and reused. The metals can be melted down and used to create new batteries or other products, reducing the demand for virgin materials and the associated environmental impact. Now you may be thinking, but how do I recycle batteries? It's not as easy as tossing them in the recycling bin. And you're right, battery recycling requires a bit more effort. But several retailers and public facilities offer battery recycling programs, making it easier for you to dispose of your used batteries responsibly. And let's not forget about rechargeable batteries. They may cost a bit more upfront, but they can be recharged and reused hundreds of times, reducing the number of batteries that end up in the waste stream. So, as we go about our day, let's give a thought to these silent partners of ours, these hidden powerhouses in our homes. Let's use them wisely, dispose of them responsibly, and when we can, let's opt for rechargeable. Our homes are filled with hidden batteries, and with them, hidden opportunities to make a positive impact on the environment. As we power our lives with batteries, we must also empower ourselves to make responsible decisions for our planet. Thank you for watching.